Welcome to the Wrestling Show, emulating live from the epicenter of Tampa from a cruddy webcam, okay? Oh my goodness! Mark Henry is a face! He hasn't been like a face in a decade. He has such a hard work ethic, tenacity, and he beat Randy Orton! See, jobbers can win. Well, of course, The Miz still got buried. Let's see, Raw. Vince McMahon comes out and is like, Batista's gonna be your guest host or something. He's like your guest GM. Batista comes out and says stuff. Legacy's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna beat you up. And then Batista's like, no, you can't or you'll be fired. So they're like, okay. Books, matches, blah, blah, blah. Tag team unification. Edge and not Christian, but Chris Jericho versus the Colognes. Both JR. See, now they got me saying it. Stupid Michael Coleslaw. Both King and Michael Cole reference Christian. So, spoiler. Oops. See, I'm not used to this webcam. So, spoiler. This tag team was alright. Basically, Jericho. Well, Carlito was gonna do that little. See, I hate this webcam. Gonna do that little jump thing, and who was it? Primo was outside the ropes, and he was like, so here comes Carlito, and then Primo is outside and gets knocked into that second rope, so like Carlito falls, and anyway, the Colognes lose, so yeah. But who didn't expect that? There was a women's title, fatal, whatever, not women's, diva, whatever. Anyway, Mickie James is gonna face Maurice for the Divas title. Mickie James, the next women's Grand Slam champ or something. The first to hold both. And somehow McCool was the first. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have? What did we have? Oh, of course we had the tournament, which wasn't really a tournament. I figure you have to have 6 or more wrestlers to make a tournament. It was Triple H first, MVP. Yeah, you're right. Triple H won. MVP was impressive, though. And you had Cena versus The Miz, or The Jizz, or whatever you want to call him. Once again, he gets buried. Well, not as much as Bash. He put up a good fight. I'm guessing this is a one-sided feud. Yep. See, even when Cena was coming up through the ranks in 03 and 04, they didn't bury him that much. They promoted him a lot. I don't know what they're going for. Maybe they're just really making Miz look bad so he can come back and win a few matches. But first he'll lose a bunch first. So basically, you're gonna have next week Triple H versus Cena again, but this feud isn't as drawn out as Triple H versus Orton, obviously, but it's still not as exciting. I think that's all that happened, and there was probably a skid, and maybe Goldust did something and something. Oh, and apparently there was like a mini undisclosed draft. So there's now, well, I'll just tell you, 3-on-1 handicap match. Batista had announced earlier. Orton faces Evan Bourne, beats him. Jack Swagger's on Raw too. Now, Jack Swagger wrestled him a little and then just stepped outside on the apron and just counted himself out and said, "I respect you, Orton, and I wanted to impress you," or something. Is he going to be in Legacy or some kind of ally? Who knows? Mark Henry comes out and everybody, the typical Mark Henry reaction. I wetted in my pants for one, because I'm like, yes! Are they making Mark Henry kind of a face here? And they did. Mark Henry hasn't been a face in like a decade. Sexual Chocolate's back. I mean, I wasn't always a Mark Henry fan, but I mean, come on. He's been with the company for a decade, and unlike Batista, he gets seriously injured and he'll come back even though he knows he's just pretty much going to get jobbed out. Batista and Cena, they know that when they come back, they're going to have main event matches, $1 million contracts. But Mark Henry, I guess he just likes to wrestle, because he knows that at any time he can get released. Because even though he signed I think he signed a 10-year contract. back in the day. But that was like in 96 or 97, so he's probably living on borrowed time. But he is the world's strongest man. He's got limited mobility and wrestling movesets, but heck, look at some of the top guys in WWE now. Limited movesets, limited mobility, somewhat. So yeah, peed my pants. Mark Henry beats Orton in the gauntlet. Granted, Orton had a very strenuous pay-per-view match, and he went through like 1.5 guys in this gauntlet. But still, they put over Henry. So even though they buried Miz, they put over Henry. So I was ecstatic. I was gonna do a subscriber of the day because I promised somebody, but since this ain't an official video, it's one of them webcam uploads, which for me I don't consider a video. Maybe the rest of you do, but I have different standards here on the Wrestling Show. So, but I'll plug you next time, guy who you know who I'm talking about. But I will do non-subscriber of the day. A Stone 08, you're my non-subscriber of the day. That's right, A Stone 08. Just because you're not subscribed to me does not mean I will not plug you and endorse your channel because I don't play favorites. Even non-subscribers will get respect and dignity. So, catch you guys later, man. I hope I never have to do this webcam again. See, I don't even know where the focal point is. Yeah, we're not gonna do this again. Alright, people, later.